Hi, I'm Orion, and today I thought I would give my tier list of every book I have read in 2024. Funnily enough, in 2024, I ended up reading more books than I have ever read before, with 67 books. The previous year, 2023, I only read around 40. So, yeah, big increase. So I thought I'd do a tier list, tell you what I liked, tell you what I didn't like, so that you can probably read me to filth and make fun of me a lot, which I'm always for. Uh, hey, I I have shit taste. I'll be brutally honest, and you probably also do if you're watching this. What I will say is, if you want to see more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button. I know it's early, I know it's annoying, but that's just how YouTube is at this point. You have to beg at this point. I'm really sorry. But with that being said, let's get right into my tier list. So we are going to start off with Why the Fuck Can't I Change by Dr. Gabia Tolakita, which, wow, swearing in the first few minutes, that's going to be an instant tank for the algorithm. I can't really remember much of it, but what I do remember was that it was interesting, but it wasn't that great. So I think I put it in D tier, which 1, 2, 3. So S to D, I'd say is like 5 to 1 star, and then F is just lower than below 0. Anything You Want by Derek Sivers, I actually really enjoyed. I thought it was really informative and helpful. So I'll put it in S tier. Now, The Secret Life of the Mind, pseudoscience, neurology, that is very much not my thing. And I realised that with 2 of these books in this list. So, yeah, F tier. Instant F tier. Yeah. Now, you might be wondering why I have a lot of non-fiction books starting out. At the very start of the year, I read a lot of non-fiction and self-help books, mostly from recommendations on YouTube, and yeah, they were shit. Mostly bad. Make Time. I can't really remember a whole lot. Again, it has been like almost a year since I've read many of these. Make Time, I think, was helpful, but wasn't like life-changing. I wasn't gagged. It didn't end me. A book that did end me, but in a bad way, is Noise. Yeah, I have nothing left to say about those 2 books. They suck. They suck so much. Anyway, moving on to A Terrible Kindness by Joe Browning Wade. I think that's what that is. I think it was... I can't remember that much. I remember it being a little boring. So I'll put it in C tier. What wasn't boring is Running Wild by Kristen Strassel. What a ride that book was. I read it as part of a readathon. And it was one of those books, one of the first few books I've read the past year that isn't good on a technical level, but it's silly, it's funny, it's enjoyable. Yeah. She Gets the Girl. Again, a lot of these I don't really remember that well, because unless things are like very specifically very good or very bad, a lot of what's in the middle I forget. She Gets a Girl, it was a very cute lesbian YA romance about a girl that goes off to uni. I think I also put it... I think I put it as 4 stars when I read it, but I think I maybe put it in the middle, put it in B tier. The Year of the Fox, it wasn't for me. It very much wasn't for me. Yeah. I think... oh, fuck. There was one quote, something about luscious... I want to be, like... a luscious hairy vagina to be like the biggest compliment you can get. What? Hablas inglés? So yeah, show your work by Austin Kleon. Very inspiring, actually. It kind of inspired me to do more videos briefly when I read it. So I'm gonna put it in A tier. Think Like a Monk. I think I gave it 4 stars when I read it, but I think I'd knock it down to 3. I can't really remember a whole lot, but it's mainly about how you can utilize sort of mindfulness in your day-to-day life, but I've forgotten a lot of it. Sustainable Badass by Gitta-Mary Johansson. I wanted to love, because I love what Gitta-Mary does. She's a YouTube icon to me. Obviously doing a lot of sustainable YouTube, which, looking at my desk, I'm very much not taking in, because there's a lot of rubbish. There's a lot of cans, there's a lot of bags of crisps and wrappers. So I'm a massive hypocrite. I think it was, I put it in, I wanted to like it, but it did feel like it was dragging. But she gives a lot of sort of inspirational, what am I saying? I think having my ears listening to music's probably making me think a lot less. But yeah, it's useful and in some ways enjoyable, but wasn't great. Atomic Habits, B tier, is fine. It's like, basically the whole premise of the book is that you should make really small changes so that then they add up to make a big change in your life. So that's basically all the book is. It does get a bit yappy. Speaking of yapping, this is Marketing by Seth Godin. I wanted to put it in F tier, but it does have some really good examples of marketing, but at the same time, actually, let me look at my review of it. So I'll put it in D because it is deserving of merit, at the very least. The Unfair Advantage, there's some really good examples of like people who've used their sort of unfair advantages and things they have, which often, let's be honest, a lot of it is nepotism. So, I think I'll put it in C tier. Pedal Your Own Canoe by Nick Offerman. Again, I can't remember a whole lot, but I think I read most of it on the bus to a networking event, which I did at uni, and yeah, I don't remember a whole lot. I was basically passing out. Getting Things Done by David Allen, C tier. It had good stuff, but yeah. The Leviathan, you know what, I'm gonna have to go quick fire now because I realised that it has been 10 minutes of recording. The Leviathan wasn't 1 star, it wasn't, I think I put it 3 stars. I can't remember a whole lot. Saltwater, it was very pretty, but to be honest, it was so short because it was a short story. Yeah, I kind of don't remember a whole lot. Now, here we get into the All for the Game series. So, very quickly, Foxhole Court. Not the greatest start. The Raven King gets better. The King's Men, peak. Peak. When I say peak, I mean it. Is the best book of the series thus far. And then we get into the Sunshine Court. I don't know whether to put it in A or B, because it did feel like very much like the Foxhole Court, you know, in the way that it's sort of trying to set the scene, but it's not really for me. Turns out my online boss is my online best friend is my real life boss. This is really cute, and it also has romance elements. But it was fine at the time, but yeah. You'll Get Through This Night by Dan Howell. It's a very useful book. I remember I said that it was a very useful book in a group chat, and they were like, what the fuck are you on about? What the fuck are you saying? I see it as a tool of a book, quite frankly, and some people might not like that I see it like that, but yeah. You know, I feel like that's what Dan intended. And some of their techniques are quite helpful at times, so yeah. Growing Up Hadley, I got this from a giveaway on the story graph, and I felt really bad because I didn't love it. I think I might have given it 3 stars, but I'm putting it in C tier anyway. I feel like I need more in C tier. Yeah, I felt really bad, and then the author herself, Dana, she saw that review on Goodreads and was just like, sorry you didn't like it. I feel so bad, but it just wasn't for me. Somewhere in the Crowd by Katrina Logan. Yes, that pen name is a combination of Katrina from Katrina and the Waves and Logan as in Johnny Logan. It's a romance book literally based around the Eurovision Song Contest, which I do have a love of, but I also hate the EBU. Yeah, it was just violently straight, like too violently straight for a Eurovision book. No. Eurovision is not straight. It is for us queers, and whilst it was cute that like there was a kind of a found family element, no. I Wish You All the Best by Mason Diva. I actually really liked it. I read it whilst I was on holiday, which you couldn't tell because I had videos going up whilst I was away, you know. Yeah, I really liked it. It's really cute. Non-binary main character, which naturally me, as someone literally gay as a Christmas tree, I really appreciated. How to Have a Good Day, Yap, pure Yap Fest. Yeah. There was some good information, but Yap. Mind Fuel by Bear Grylls, and I think there's a ghostwriter there. There were some bits that were interesting, but I feel like it wasn't him writing it. Not gonna lie, at times. More Happy Than Not by Adam Silvera. Something about it wasn't really hitting for me. I think it's because of the ending. Adam Silvera's ending, and I'm gonna mention them a lot. They're just not for me. Babel, S tier. Do you need me to say anything? It's an absolute stellar book when it comes to mentioning institutional racism. How to Make the Best Coffee at Home, it goes in B tier. It's useful, it's interesting in parts, but it's a book about coffee. History Is All You Left Me, I also put that in B tier. Again, this book's so sad. Like, I think out of Silvera's books, it is one of the saddest because it literally starts with a character death. Sorry, not sorry. And a character having to deal with the grief of that. And I was gonna say, I've got They Both Die at the end in there. The Next Girl by Karla Kovacs. Again, not really a genre for me. I just don't really like mystery and thrillers. And now we get onto all of the Alice Oseman books. I have already done a tier list video on her books. Basically their peak. So I'm gonna try and remember where I put them. There we go. I haven't watched the video, so I might be slightly wrong, but I think Alice, as an author, really appreciate her. Yeah. How to Become a Social Media Influencer, F tier. That book should have been a free PDF. I'm being deathly serious. What the fuck was the point in that book? The Art of War by Sun Tzu. I can't actually remember. I listened to an audiobook whilst I was making a YouTube thumbnail, and nothing went in really. A Good Demon is hard to find. I actually put in F tier. No, not F tier. A tier. Partially because it was good, not on a technical level, but it was good as in enjoyable. And books don't have to be technically good to be enjoyable, in my eyes. The Song of Achilles. S tier. 7 Days in Tokyo. I got this as a review copy, an advanced reader copy, and I'm so sad because I just didn't like it that much. Yeah. They Both Die at the End is Adam Silvera's best book so far, but it's still only an A tier, unfortunately. House Moving Castle. I listened to an audiobook via the library, and I really enjoyed it. That's why I now have the trilogy of books by Diana Wynne Jones because of that. Fated Winds and Promising Seas, another book that I got for a review, and I put it in A tier. I also ended up buying her other previous book, Till Death Do Us Part, which I actually really wanted to read beforehand. But when she said that she had a new book coming out and the arcs were out, I was like, screw it, I'll go for it. And I really enjoyed it. So I'm hoping Till Death Do Us Part is good. You're Probably Gayish. Very interesting, but I feel like it wasn't really for me, you know. Now we have a couple of books that I read out of necessity, so Know Your Traffic Signs, The Highway Code, and The DSA Guide to Driving. That's all I will say about those books, because I didn't even give them a rating, because what's the point? I read them because I needed to. And now we have the Bro and the Beast series, a book series that I read for a video, and okay, I'm glad I did. It was really enjoyable. So I think I put the first 2 there. Third book in B, that there, and that there. Yeah, book series. See, a lot of these I'm thinking, do I really remember these that well? Which probably means I either need to slow the hell down or get better at reading. Now, Orbital, one to the last few books. So, Orbital, I wanted to love this book so much. Like, deathly serious. Given how beloved it has been by critics, I wanted to love it. And it's all about space. But it goes into just, yeah. Summertime Blossoms by SG. This was like a last minute, like, I was in a slump. I needed to read something, and I read it in one night, and it was alright. I can't really fault it. And then the Very Secret Society for Irregular Witches. I cannot remember the author, but it is the very last book that I finished, and I basically clutched it. In fact, so I had to change the time zones on one of my book tracking apps, so that it still counted as before the new year, because that's how much of a clutch it was. Because I wanted to finish it for a challenge on Goodreads. I thought it was okay. I didn't love it. I feel like that's like a lot of books here. I think I am in a bit of a reading slump though. But yeah. So that is very much it for this video. Here is my tier list of every book I have read in 2024. Now, I would say I hope you have a very good new year, but we're already 4 days in at the time of recording, so what's the point in saying that? But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope I read more good books this year. But my TBR is extensive, so I want to say thank you very much for watching anyway. Please be sure to like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you thought it sucked. Don't worry, I don't take it personal, and make sure you hit subscribe to see more of these videos. I've been Orion, signing out.